So I'm back in my studio, right? I've been gone for about 2 months on the road. You've seen some of the videos of all the different places I've been stopping in, different record stores, different states, etc., etc. And while I was on the road for those 2 months, I ordered some things online. And today we are going to open the packages. Now that I'm home, there's a pile here. And we're just going to go through them and open them up. Obviously, some of these might be stuff I've listened to before, but there might be stuff in here I haven't listened to, so I'm not going to really be able to kind of tip you off to any tracks that I really like or anything specifically. But let's just get to it and start opening these packages. Coming to us from Smithtown, New York. What could this be? It's a CD. Packed very well. I guess that's the only problem doing these unpacking things. I gotta go through the hassle of opening them when they pack them extremely well, but it's always good that they do. So we've got, please leave some feedback. This is Jimmy Cliff and Give Thanks. This is a CD I've been looking for. There are 2 Jimmy Cliff CDs that I've been trying to find that are always very, very expensive. They're out of print. These were on Wounded Bird Records. And Give Thanks was one of them. The other is Music Maker, which I have on vinyl, but not CD. The CD, every time I find it, it's always like $50 or higher, and I'm just not really ready to spend that on that CD. This one, surprisingly, this one as well is always really expensive as well, but I found this. Somebody put it up on eBay for an auction, and I think I won it for $20 or $25, which is a lot, but for this, that's a really good price. So I'm glad to have it. I know Bongo Man, Stand Up and Fight Back, I know those are the only 2 that I know, so it'll be good to check this out because there's going to be, you know, 8 tracks of Jimmy Cliff stuff that I have not heard yet. So looking forward to this one. Glad I finally have this in the collection. From Sister Polygon Records in Washington, D.C., we've got another CD. Yes, the band Priests and their album, The Seduction of Kansas. First heard Priests on the AV Club when they do that, I think it's called like AV Undercover or something like that, where they have different bands cover an old tune. They make like a list and the band, I guess, gets to pick what song they want to do. And Priests, a couple of years ago, I saw them on there. They did a cover of that Rod Stewart song, Young Turks. And I liked it. I thought they did a good job on it. And I think I remember checking out a couple of tunes by them and nothing really caught my ear. And then just recently, I don't remember, I heard one song somewhere. I can't remember which tune it is. And I was like, oh, that's pretty good. I don't know why, you know, before when I checked out the band, I wasn't too impressed. And I think I might have listened to one other track and I liked that one as well. So I just said, I'm going to buy this CD. And I think I bought this, I think that's their record label. I think I bought this directly from the band. It's brand new, it hasn't been opened yet. But I don't know if they split up or if they're just kind of taking a break right now. But I'm looking forward to this. And if I like this, I know they have maybe 1 or 2 other albums. So if this one ends up being really good, I'll maybe try to pick those other ones up as well. This is coming from Whittier, California, from Harvey Starr. And I already know what this one is. And I don't want to ruin the record, so I'll be a bit more careful opening this. But I'm just going to peel this thing off. Maybe I should have opened these before I started videoing. All right, bear with me, almost there. Okay, we've got a receipt. And I probably should have opened this a little better because I can reuse these mailers when I send stuff. And here we've got the first full-length Dramarama album, Cinema Verite. They just reissued this along with their 2020 album Color TV on vinyl. I've always wanted this. I have Box Office Bombs, the only vinyl I have with Dramarama. I got that a long time ago. This one I've always been looking for, but it's always really expensive. But now they reissued it, and I think this was 20 bucks. This is awesome album. If you like alternative rock, if you've never heard Dramarama, you got to check this album out. Like, every one of these tunes is great. This is like one of those perfect albums to me. Visiting the Zoo, Scenario, Anything is the big song that if you know Dramarama, you'd know by them. Candidate, Some Crazy Dame, Transformation, All I Want, Emerald City. Great album. They're still around, like I said. They put out an album in 2020 you should check out. But by all means, you know, I'll put the link below. You can pick up this and Color TV on vinyl. Hopefully this means they'll reissue some of their other albums on vinyl. That would be great to be able to get. But I'm really looking forward to throwing this one on. Can't wait. Coming from, I think, Lexington, Kentucky. We have this bubble package. Sometimes when I go on the road here, I don't think I mentioned this before, but you know, I order these things and I've been gone for 2 months, so sometimes I forget what I ordered. So sometimes it's a bit of a surprise. Yeah, speaking of, this was a kind of a dumb purchase. So I talked on here when I was discussing the cassettes that I had left over, because I gave away all of my cassettes in like the 90s, but I still had like maybe 10 or so that I hung on to. And one of the first, in one of those episodes I talked about, one of the first cassettes I ever picked up was with my own money when I was a kid just getting into music, was the Who Face Dances. It had just come out and I bought it and I listened to it on my Walkman like all summer over and over again. You can, whatever your opinion of is that album is, it's whatever, it meant a lot to me. And when I was talking about on those cassette episodes, when I was talking about the cassettes, it made me realize, like, man, I really should have held on. I wish I had held on to that Who Face Dances cassette, just to, like, for like a sentimental reasons, just not, you know, that I would ever listen to it again, but just maybe something to put on the shelf as a little memento of my youth or whatever. And so before I left, I remember looking on eBay, and for whatever reason, I came across the Face Dances cassette, same version that I had when I was a kid, the Warner Brothers one, and I bought it. It was like $2. And probably like right after I bought it, I was like, why did I buy that? That's stupid. Like, it would be one thing if this was my cassette, the one I bought in 1981, but it's not. This is somebody else's. But I don't know. It just, at the moment, it just caught me, and it was cheap as hell, so it wasn't a big deal. But, you know, whatever. I'll still have this just on the shelf as a little memento of the youth. But, you know, that's Face Dances. I still like this album. I stand by it. It's in one of my favorite albums of all time videos, if you want to check it out. You know, I think they're all really good songs, you know, regardless of what you think of The Who after Keith Moon had passed away, whether they should have continued or not. I think this album's full of some great songs. You Better You Bet, Don't Let Go to Coat, The Quiet One, Can You Do It Alone, You, Another Tricky Day. I dig all these tunes on here. Like I said, I mean, I wore this tape out when I was a kid listening to it, but a weird purchase, but whatever. I bought it. Next up, coming from Watkinsville, Georgia. Watkinsville, Georgia. Another vinyl. I'm going to try to be a little more careful opening this one than the last one, because like I said, these cardboard mailers come in handy when you're going to maybe sell something yourself in the future, so you can reuse them. Sometimes it's a little tricky to open them because they're so dang sticky. This one's coming apart pretty good. Right. First off, we got some stickers from Trajectory Records and Pilgrim. Not familiar with Pilgrim. And we've got this one. Two things really quick. The Muffs, Blonder and Blonder. Finally got this one. They reissued this, and I think maybe their first record, and then I think Happy Birthday to Me. I think Happy Birthday to Me is back ordered, so I'm still waiting on that because I ordered the two of them together. But this is one of my favorite bands. I've talked about them, heard me ramble on and on how great this band was. It's great having them on vinyl. And I think at first I wasn't going to pick these up on vinyl, and then I just kind of decided I was going to, because I love this band so much, and I love these albums, especially their first three, I think are just perfect. This one's got Agony, Oh Nina, On and On, Sad Tomorrow, Red-Eyed Troll, End It All, Laying on a Bed of Roses, Won't Come Out to Play, I'm Confused. I mean, it's like the Dramarama record. It's a perfect record in my opinion, so you know, why not have it on vinyl? Great. We have the great Kim Shattuck on vinyl, Ronnie and Roy. You should really pick it up if you don't have any muffs. I highly recommend. This is a great place to start for sure. And then on top of that, I also got a t-shirt, the Target logo of the muffs. I used to have a white version of this years ago, and I don't know what happened to it. It just disappeared. I know I didn't get rid of it, but I can't find it. But now I got a new one, which is good, same design. Be able to show off my support for the muffs. Now from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, we have the House Martins and the People Who Grin Themselves to Death. When I was down in, I guess, where did I buy? I just recently, I was in Capital City Records in Baton Rouge. I bought the vinyl of their first record, which I had on CD, but I saw the vinyl in Capital City and it was pretty cheap and I picked it up. I really liked that band. And after I bought that and I was listening to it and I was thinking about this band and I looked up and I saw they only had one other studio record, I was like, oh, you know, I should pick that up, you know, and see what it's like. So I went online and grabbed this, and I know nothing from this album. Yeah, none of these tracks ring a bell, so this will be interesting to take a listen to, see, you know, the comparison between that one record and this one. And like I mentioned when I bought that vinyl in the Capital City Records, I don't know what the reason was why the band split up or why they only put out 2 records and called it a day, but you know, that's all there was. But I'm really looking forward to checking this out out of curiosity to see what this sounds like. And finally, from Sacramento, California, Do Not Bend. This sucker is packed thick, and I can pretty much guarantee there's just one vinyl in here. We've got Shriekback, Go Bang. This, I think, was 88 this came out. Yeah, 1988. I had this on CD. I bought it when it came out. I was a fan of especially these 3 albums in the 80s they put out, Oil and Gold, Big Night Music, and this one, Go Bang. This got a little bit more of, I don't want to say pop, but like a little more mainstream, polished kind of sound to it, I guess, than the earlier stuff. But I really like this record. It's really a lot of good tunes on here. Intoxication is great. Shark Walk, Over the Wire, New Man, Nighttown, Go Bang, Big Fun. They do a cover of Get Down Tonight, Dust and Shadow. Geez, I haven't listened to this record in a long time. I forgot how good it is. It was really, really good. There's a lot of good tunes on here. Almost every tune I'm a fan of. And this was still in like still has like the hype sticker on it. Yeah, this is a good pickup. I'm looking forward to throwing this one on and listening to. Great record. I forgot how many good tunes are on this one. It's surprising me. I don't know, it's surprising. But anyways, that's it for what I picked up, ordered online while I was away, and I got nothing else to say. So thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Let me know, comments below. By all means, please let me know about any of these, you know, that you like, or have any suggestions on tracks. Maybe the Priests, if you're familiar with Priests, be cool to point me out to some of the tracks on that album that you like, or maybe there are other records so I can look into maybe picking those up. Thanks for watching again. We'll see you next time.